You know that feeling when you trust someone with your whole heart, and then they shatter it into a million pieces? That was my life. My story with Veronica started like a movie. We were inseparable, the kind of couple everyone looked up to. We had dreams, we had plans, we had what I thought was an unbreakable bond. But sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who hold the sharpest knives. It all began subtly. Late-night texts she'd quickly hide, mysterious work emergencies that didn't add up. I brushed it off at first. I trusted her. Why wouldn't I? She was my Veronica. But that gnawing feeling in my gut, the one you try to ignore, it just kept getting louder. I started feeling like a ghost in my own relationship, watching her live a life I wasn't a part of. The distance between us grew from a crack to a canyon. The confirmation came on a random Tuesday. I came home early, wanting to surprise her, and surprise, I got. Her car wasn't alone in the driveway, and next to it was a car I knew all too well. It belonged to Luke, my best friend since kindergarten. The guy who was the best man at my brother's wedding, the guy I called my brother. My world just stopped spinning. The air got sucked out of my lungs. I didn't even go inside. My initial reaction wasn't anger. It was a profound, soul-crushing sadness. How could they? The two people I trusted most in the world. I drove away and didn't look back. For days I was a wreck. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying every memory, searching for clues I might have missed. Their laughter, their inside jokes. Was it all a lie? Was I just a fool in their long-running play? The betrayal was a double-edged sword. One side from Veronica, the other, much deeper cut, from Luke. They tried to call, of course. A barrage of texts filled with pathetic excuses. It's not what you think. We need to talk. I'm so sorry it just happened. But the words were hollow. How does something like that just happen? It doesn't. It's a series of choices. 1,000 tiny betrayals that lead to one catastrophic moment. I ignored them all. Talking would mean hearing more lies, and I was done with lies. Needed to protect what little was left of myself. The first few weeks were hell. Every corner of my apartment held a memory of her. Every song on the radio seemed to be about us. I saw Luke's face in every crowd. I felt like I was drowning in my own memories. My friends and family were amazing. They rallied around me, but at the end of the day, when I was alone with my thoughts, the pain was overwhelming. It felt like a physical weight on my chest, a constant ache that wouldn't go away. Then, one morning, something shifted. I woke up, and the first thought in my head wasn't about them. It was about me. I looked in the mirror and saw a stranger, gaunt, tired, and defeated, and in that moment I got angry. Not at them, but at myself. Angry for letting their actions dictate my happiness, for letting them have this much power over me. I had given them my love, my trust, and now I was letting them take my peace of mind too? No, not anymore. That was the turning point. That was the day I stopped caring. And let me be clear, not caring didn't mean I wasn't hurt anymore. The hurt was still there, but it no longer defined me. It became a scar, not an open wound. I stopped replaying the past and started planning my future. I packed up every single thing that reminded me of Veronica. Photos, gifts, clothes, everything went into boxes and out of my life. It was a cleansing ritual. I blocked her number, blocked Luke's number, and scrubbed them from my social media. It was a digital amputation. I started doing things for myself again. I hit the gym, not for a revenge body, but because it felt good to be strong, to push my limits. I reconnected with old friends I had neglected. I poured all that heartbroken energy into my work, into my hobbies. I started reading again. I took a solo trip I'd always dreamed of. I was rediscovering Luke, not Luke the boyfriend, but Luke the individual. I started to like him a lot. People often think not caring is about being cold or bitter. For me, it was the opposite. It was an act of self-love. It was about reclaiming my energy. Why should I spend another second of my precious time on this earth being consumed by the actions of people who clearly didn't care about me? Their betrayal was their story, their karma to deal with. My story was about how I chose to move forward. I realized that holding on to anger and resentment was like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It was only hurting me, so I let it go. Not for them, but for me. I forgave them not because they deserved it, but because I deserved peace. Forgiveness was the final step in taking my power back. It was the moment I truly stopped caring about what they did and started caring about who I was becoming. Today, my life is fuller than it ever was with them. I've built a life based on my own terms, filled with genuine people and authentic experiences. That devastating heartbreak, as painful as it was, became the catalyst for the greatest transformation of my life. It taught me the importance of self-worth, the value of true friendship, and the incredible resilience of the human heart. It forced me to stop looking for my happiness in someone else and to find it within myself. And that's a lesson I wouldn't trade for anything. So if you're going through something similar, know this. The end of one story is just the beginning of a new and much better one. Yours. Thanks for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. You're not alone.